Lately, I see so many YouTubers quitting, and I get it, it's hard, it's a difficult job, and I understand, and maybe it's time for me to quit too. I don't know, how should I say this? I quit, I give up, I surrender, I wave the white flag. Today we're learning different ways to say I quit in English. Obviously, a quick way is I give up. Now, this is the most common way to say I quit, but we'll come back to that one later. If your job is rubbish, you might want to say, I hate this job, I hate it here, I hate you, I hate your face, I quit. I quit is too direct. It can sound aggressive. This is more when you're angry at your boss or your job. Sometimes, yes, you need that, but in your job, you might want to not burn bridges. So if you need a more calm, more formal way to say I quit with your job, say this: I'm resigning. Now this is very formal, but it's also quite epic. It sounds like you've worked at the job for like 50 years. So if you're quitting a small job or a part-time job, it's much more common to say, I'm handing in my notice. Your notice is the time period between saying I quit and your last day in that job. You don't have to physically give your boss something, like a piece of paper explaining when your last date is and why. If you just say the words, I just wanted to let you know that I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. This is a very formal way to quit a smaller job, again, like a part-time job. If it's a bigger job, put that in an email. Here in England, your notice period is usually around 2 weeks if it's a part-time job, or if you have a contracted salaried job, it's usually at least a month. But it varies job to job. But maybe you want to quit for life, not just that job, you never want to work again. Then you need the verb to retire. Hey, I'm retiring next month, just thought you should know. I don't know about your country, but I'm curious to know, what age do you think you'll retire? I think in England, I don't think my generation will be able to retire. I think we're screwed. My generation and lower, we're working until our dying day, for sure. So that pretty much covers quitting a job in a business formal context. But we also need casual context too. What if, for example, you go into a building and you see or hear a ghost and you're like, absolutely not, I'm leaving. A very Gen Z term to say I quit this situation very quickly and immediately is to nope out of something, the situation. For example, I noped out of the house because I saw a ghost. Again though, this is a very Gen Z, so it's a very new term. Older generations don't use it, might not even have ever heard of it, not sure. Now this is casual. Could you use this in a relationship? You go on a date and on your first date they tell you, hey, by the way, I'm married. So that happened to me once. And yes, I noped out of there. Okay, keeping on the romantic topic, other ways you could quit a relationship. Let's see. To break up with someone, that's the most common thing to say. For example, she told me she was married to a ghost, so I broke up with her. But yeah, if the decision is mutual, I don't like you, you don't like me, fine. They broke up. There's no object, you don't need one. You can say they broke up with each other, but that's long and unnecessary, so don't say that. When was your last breakup? Who broke up with who? Ooh, a good synonym for quit is relinquish. I love this word. Relinquish! It sounds so epic, like a CEO in a company. He relinquished his role at the company. Even then, it might just be more common to say step down. Use that phrasal verb, it's way more common, way more useful for you to use. So an example we could use is, when do you think Elon Musk will step down from just everything? Just go. Or a question for you, if your boss steps down, will you then run the company or is it someone else? Who is this person? Let's hate them together until you run the company. Oh, there are also very British terms as well, like, I hate my job, I'm gonna pack it in and go live on a farm. To pack it in. Now, yes, it says pack it in, but we don't change the it. It's always pack it in. It's a fixed expression. This is used when you've had enough of something. You're very bored. You want no more of this thing, usually a job. Again, it sounds very negative, so don't use this with your boss. Just stick to, I'm handing in my notice. To call it a day is a really good, useful, common one to use. And this is less permanent. When you are literally finished for the day on any task, you want to say, okay, today, no more. Maybe tomorrow or next week, we'll continue. But for today, no, we're finished. Okay, the meeting's finally finished. I'm gonna call it a day. See you tomorrow. It's only 11:30 though. What is the difference between give up and give in? Most of the time, they mean the same thing. They're pretty much synonymous, but there is a difference. To give up is more general. It's just saying, I quit, no more of whatever this is. No, this puzzle's too hard, I give up. But give in implies that there is a force against you. Like, remember when you were young and your older sister would like grab your arm and just go,
why are you hitting yourself?
Okay, I give in. So it's like you're in a fight with something, not necessarily a person. If you want to say a situation is giving you resistance, like, could be your studies, it could be the people at your job, anything that pushes against you, you want to say, no, I surrender, I give in. Surrender is our next word in our next context, for military contexts. Yes, surrender is great, and we even have an idiom for this, to wave the white flag. You definitely have this in your language too, right? And, no. Real talk, I've had to film this a few times because it's very difficult for me to get serious with you because usually everything's such a joke. But not today. Today's a bit different. We all know what's happening in Ukraine right now, and Putin has this election coming up, which he will win, and there's a very good chance that if he wins, he'll conscript more Russian public to go fight in Ukraine. But why am I talking about this? Well, when I check the analytics of my channel, which is the details of who watches, the age, the country, the languages, a crazy number comes from Russia. So there's a very, very good chance that some of you watching me now will be conscripted to go fight in Ukraine. I don't want you to die. So, with the help of United24, who helped me make this video, all their links are in the description of this video, never thought I'd have to... This is such a weird thing to say, but if you are one of those people who gets conscripted to go fight in Ukraine, please give up. Please surrender. As soon as you're there, surrender. Wave that white flag, give up. Because you know what the alternative is. And as ridiculous as this feels to say, here are the steps that you'll need to take in order to give up if you are conscripted to go fight in Ukraine.
Итак, вашему вниманию официальное сообщение от Министерства обороны Украины для русских солдат о том, как правильно сдаваться в плен. Шаг 1. Отстегните магазин и повесьте автомат на левое плечо стволом вниз. Шаг 2. Поднимите и показывайте пустые руки. Шаг 3. Найдите белую тряпку и покажите ее высоко. Шаг 4. Приближайтесь только по команде. Не совершайте резких движений. Шаг 5. Выполняйте все команды наших военных, и вы будете спасены.
So of course I'm not quitting YouTube now, probably never. This is my job and I love it so much, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for studying with me, for sharing my videos all through these years, and I hope that you, your friends, and all your English studying buddies study with me for many years to come. And I'll see you in the next class. Bye.